Hi, baby gorgeous. Welcome to another episode of Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze, your safe space for reality TV chaos, unfiltered opinions, and staying lit in every sense of the word. Quick disclaimer, everything you hear today is commentary, not fact, not fiction, just my unfiltered, unsolicited takes based on public information that may or may not be totally accurate. Be cool, don't be all like uncool. Before we dive in, the live chat over here on YouTube is open, so don't be shy. Drop your takes, your shade, your Love Island heartbreak. I want all of it. Follow at Bravo and Blaze on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X Threads, Facebook, Twitch, wherever you scroll for chaos. Subscribe on YouTube at Jenny Blaze and hit the bell so you never miss the drama in real time. If you want VIP access to the mess, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze for bonus content and exclusive tea. Get on the email list at bravoandblaze.com. New drops and updates are coming. And if you need to Bravo and Blaze at home, where's mine? Grab your signature lighter at bravoandblaze.com. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have Bravo and Blaze lighters, Luann. Oh, wait, where's Luann? Oops, I put her away. Sorry, Luann's not with us today, but she's always with us in spirit. Today we're covering The Valley, Season 2, Episode 11. We're covering Next Gen NYC, Real Housewives of Miami, Love Island, USA. So let's spark it, sip it, and let's get into it. Okay. I'm managing a bunch of different windows, so bear with me. Here are the Bravo and Blaze lighters if you're looking at the visuals. Okay, first, what to watch before we get into our favorite shows. Excuse me. I need to tell you that if you didn't already watch or listen to our special guests this week, we had 2 of them this week already. It's only Thursday. We had 2. I had a lovely time talking to Wale Alesh of Bravo's Love Hotel in an interview released on Sunday. And yesterday, this is funny. I got the chance to hear all about Summer House's Imran Hassan beyond the sexcapades, or whatever you want to call it. And if you can see this visual here, I titled this one "Fucking for Fluency." I just am so glad I got that off my chest because I thought they were gonna connect all the sexting and stuff like that with Imran's storyline. I thought they were gonna like somehow tie that into his English school and journey work, but that didn't happen. So I gave him some campaign titles: Dicks for Dialects, Banging for Bangladesh. Okay, let's move on. I just noticed this thing is messed up. Okay. So let's talk about Love Island. I like that when I'm streaming on Thursday, there's only one Love Island episode to talk about. When I streamed on Tuesday, we had to talk about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night of Love Island. Like, this is a serious commitment. And I'm kind of mad at you all because my FOMO was so bad after last season that I started watching. And now I'm watching season 7 with you all. And I don't know if this is a normal thing on prior seasons, but this week or on Tuesday night, they had a warning message pretty much. It says the keyword in Love Island is love. We love our fans. We love our islanders. We don't love cyberbullying, harassment, or hate. When I saw that, I was like, what the hell did you guys do? Because, like, I speak my mind. I say what I'm thinking most of the time when I'm tweeting and stuff, but I never go and attack anyone on these shows. What are you guys doing and why? For Love Island? This is like one of the most unserious shows. I can't believe people are like really that into it that they're like sending death threats, and I don't know what is wrong with you. Like, who is doing this and why? I mean, when we talked about Love Island on Tuesday, I played that Jeremiah, or not Jeremiah, Huda's baby daddy's video. I read his little message. I guess she's been getting a lot of hate, which I kind of get, but also not. I don't understand people going as far as like death threats ever over any show, but like even Huda, like I would never be mad enough to like message her or her daughter's father and be like, blah, Huda, like what? Why? That's so weird. Can we stop doing that, please? I was like kind of half paying attention to this episode because I like really don't like this show. I'm not into it the way that a lot of people are. And I actually kind of like that I'm watching it for the first time because I'm like, what? They go to a new house and there's like all these new people. I feel like we hit the reset button and we're starting a new Love Island show with new people and new couples. And it doesn't make sense to me. I'm very confused. And I'm still, when I watch this, I'm like in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about the producers, everyone who's putting together this show and who is calling the shots. And I want to know who hurt them and how did they get this messed up in the head to create this show? Because this is so nuts. But yeah, I'm a little bit into it now. We're on like episode 20. I've never had a show like this before where I'm like, I have to watch it every single night, pretty much. But yeah, I wasn't really that into this episode until the ending. And this is when they had to like get rid of two people, one guy, one girl. And I'm going to give spoilers. So don't listen if you don't want to hear them. But I was actually upset when Olandria was left with nobody. And it like that actually did make me cry. Not for like the show, but like for Olandria. Like the way that she was like, I want to find love. And I don't know, just like really made me so sad. She's like, they're like, why aren't you upset? And she's like, I've had to be strong my whole life. And like, that's when I think I really started to cry. But these people act like somebody died. I'm like, you guys know this is a game, right? Which reminds me of Ivor from The Traitor season 3 when he was like, so who are you thinking of voting off? And Brittany was like, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. And he's like, you do know this is a game, right? Ivor, unbothered queen. He's like, he skated through that whole game. But yeah, I tweeted, I'm upset. I hate every single one of you who made me start this because I'm like invested now and I'm not happy with Olandria going home, right? But before the end of the show, Nic, who I've grown to love. Since the beginning, I'm like, I don't get it. Why is like Nic a big deal or whatever? But as I've gotten to see him and we get to know him a little bit more, he's grown on me. And when he got out, I was like, oh my God, I'm like actually upset. I didn't cry over Nic though. I was just like, I actually started kind of laughing when Taylor was crying because I'm like, this is outrageous. Like, he's not dying, which brings me to my next thing. I need all of the people from Love Island to be at my funeral because that's the energy I need to be brought to my funeral when I die, or else I'm going to haunt you all. Just kidding. Or am I? So before I move on though, at the very end, and see, I don't know this show. I just figured they were going and because they made them get their like suitcases, they said their goodbyes. But then as Nic left the house, a G-Wagon pulls up. Olandria like rolls down the window. She's like, come on, Nic, hurry up. And I'm like, what? And he like starts running. And then I'm like, why are they in such a rush? And I still thought that meant like they were gone. But people online are like, oh my God, they're not leaving. Like, what is going on? And usually when people get sent home, I mean, it takes like a couple of days, right? So even if they got sent home, maybe they would just be, I don't know, posting on social media today. But I don't think anyone thinks that they left, right? We all know that they're not gone, hopefully. Maybe they're coupled up. Maybe they're like a super couple. I don't know the rules of this game. It's so crazy. But these producers are so fucked up. Like, they would probably do something like that. And they'd be like, Nic and Olandria are the king and queen of the castle now, and they cannot be voted out, and they have all the power in their hands. Like, the show is so nuts. So who knows what's going to happen? But before we live stream next time, there will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 new episodes to talk about on Tuesday. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. Let's move on. We have a little bit of Bravo news. And we talked about this on Tuesday. Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras, they performed on America's Got Talent. I saw the performance. I thought Tom did really well, like for him, you know, I'm not like thinking he's like the best singer in the world. I think he did a really good job. I didn't know what the outcome was when I talked about it, but since then the show aired. He got 4 yeses, and I feel like that is kind of rigged, or like they were feeling bad for him, because there's this one part. I'll show this tiny, tiny clip. This is a video. I think I got this from Bravo Snarkside, or maybe Bywig Hello Drama. I'm not sure. You guys will see it when I put it up. But it's the judges like whispering after his performance, and I was dying.
He slept with his girlfriend's best friend.
Oh. No wonder nobody liked him then.
And that because of that he was hated the most.
Do you know how not interested I am in any of that stuff?
I did get it from Bywig Hello Drama. So for those of you who are listening, Howie goes, he slept with his girlfriend's best friend. And Sophia's just like, ah. And then we got Scary Spice, Mel B say, no wonder nobody likes him then. And clearly Simon Cowell doesn't give a crap. They don't get it. That's why. They don't understand. They weren't there. But yeah, Tom Sandoval made it to the next round. So all you America's Got Talent fans, be prepared for the next act. Like, what's he going to sing next? Another cover song, I'm sure. Good luck, Tom Sandoval. Okay. I actually do need to talk about this next thing. And it has to do with my gut. But this is better news, because I've been talking about my Ryze journey. And if you are new to Ryze, Ryze has medicinal mushrooms and adaptogens in it to help with gut health, immune support, focus, energy, all those things. And I've been loving my Ryze mushroom coffee to date, but I wanted to try the Ryze matcha. And if you remember, if you go back, I was saying like I'm still struggling with my energy levels. Like I just feel tired all the time. I have chronic fatigue. But I tried the matcha because before I started adding Ryze to my routine, I used to drink a Starbucks matcha with oat milk. So I stopped that completely and replaced it with Ryze by adding Ryze mushroom coffee to my daily smoothie. And it was great. But like I said, I still was struggling with energy. I just switched to matcha, and it's a whole different ballgame on the energy front, because I definitely feel the caffeine this time. So maybe I just needed matcha. I don't know, but you can get your own Ryze and try that out on your own if you'd like. You can go to ryzesuperfoods.com and use code JennyBlaze15 for 15% off. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the Bravo TV lineup. Yay, Max is here. What's up? Okay, the Valley. I actually thought I was going to talk about the Valley a lot today. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, so that's why I'm making this weird face. I thought I was going to talk about the Valley a lot, but I'm like sick of it. And it's not because the show isn't good. It's because of Jax, I think. And I don't want to give him that much power because that's what he wants. But really, like the way that he's behaving, it's obnoxious to me. It's not just like difficult to watch, but I've had enough. And honestly, when they were in Hawaii, I felt good. I'm like, I am so glad that Jax Taylor is not here right now. It felt like a totally different type of energy, and I loved it. But in this episode, wait, let me read the episode description. Hold up. Like I said, I have a million windows I'm controlling. Okay. The Valley Season 2, Episode 11, El Coyote Ugly. Luke finalizes plans for a group trip to Hawaii where he plans to propose to Kristen. Janet, Michelle, Kristen, and Nia butt heads during a girls' night out. Britt sees Jax for the first time since he was served divorce papers. Jesse confronts Aaron about the timeline of his relationship with Michelle. Jesse, let it go. Who cares? You're not together. Move forward. And Jesse, this men's group, we need to see the credentials for the leader of this men's group because it feels unsafe. It feels like very unproductive to me. And I don't know what the hell this guy, why do these men have to put their hands on another man? And the whole exercise they didn't even make sense. He's like, put your hand on another man's chest and say that, tell him how you feel or whatever. I'm like, this is like so vague. It makes no sense. What is the purpose of this? This feels reckless. Does this guy even have any credentials at all? So weird. Max said men group was very cringy. Just talk it out. Seriously. And then also on top of it, Jesse's like, we need a man's group or men's group, whatever. And then as they go out to the back, he's like, does anyone need some rose water spray? Are you sure you need a man's group, Jesse? What is this? Jesse is so weird. I don't like him at all. But okay. That men's group thing was giving me Louis vibes a little bit from that video where there's a bunch of guys in no shirts. Yeah, it's interesting. Aaron, also, I cannot get a read on Aaron. I don't know who he is yet. I don't know what his motives are. I find him to be a wild card because I don't know, maybe because the scene with him and Michelle, he literally was like, oh, maybe someday we can take family trips together with Jesse and Isabella. And I was like, is this guy for real? Why would he say that? They have like an awful relationship, Jesse, Michelle. Weird. That's why I don't think Aaron and Michelle were having an affair when she was married, because why would Aaron be like, yeah, maybe someday we'll have family trips together? Like, no, I don't get it. I'm very confused. And maybe I'm so confused because I feel like Jesse Lally is trying to play puppet master, but he's not whatever he's trying to do behind the scenes, like, I don't think it's executing properly because I'm not getting it. I just see him looking like a crazy person. I don't like Jesse. Oh my God. Okay. I'm only going to talk about Jax really quick. So Jax used to follow Bravo and Blaze on Instagram. Wait, was it during Scandival? I think it was during Scandival. And sometimes he was nice, right? He'd be like, oh, blah, 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 just like very cool. And I actually was starting to root for him during that time because I felt like Jax had changed. I thought he's like actually loved his wife, loved his son, and was really trying to be a good husband and father. Clearly, I was jaxed and fooled because we see that Jax has been, he admitted it on Watch What Happens Live. He has like burner accounts, and Brittany outed him, showing all the like comments that he would leave about himself. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was a little bit scared in the beginning of season 2 to start giving my true feelings about Jax Taylor. So I did one post on Patreon at first. I'm like, I just feel weird about like saying all this, knowing that he's following. But then as each episode was going by, I'm like, I can't hold it back anymore. And so I wasn't posting and like tagging him or anything like that, but I was just saying how I feel and posting the clips that we're seeing, like, oh my God, Jax just said this or whatever. And so he wound up unfollowing me. At first, I like looked one day, I was like, okay, good. He's not following me anymore. Now I feel like I can really just say whatever I want. But then he wound up blocking me. Okay, so I joined the club finally. Shocking, right? That it took this long. Don't forget, this is how we figured out that this is definitely Jax. He spells no, K-N-O-W, when it should be N-O. And I just have those visuals up here for you guys to see. But wait, this is the one I wanted to show. So somebody else called this out before I saw this. There's and I don't know if this is Jax Taylor, but there's a Justice for Jax Taylor Twitter account where the profile description says he's paid the price, ... treat him fairly, white flag. They're located in LA. They joined June 2025. So that's within the last 26 days. And they're following me now. The first pinned tweet, this is pinned. They tag Jax. It says, Mr. Jax Taylor's abs are made from sobriety and humble pie. This is Jax, right? Who thinks this is Jax? We can't say for sure. I didn't like go digging into like I just saw this and was like, oh my God. Because I just told you guys that he blocked me. Well, he was following, unfollowed, then blocked, and then this account followed me in that order, all in season 2 of The Valley. Dead giveaway. Okay, what else? Oh, there's more about Jax. Okay, so I saw this on Vanderpump Rules Party on Instagram. This is from Reddit. The Reddit group is The Valley TV show, and user I Feel Bonita wrote this. So Danny told Variety that Jax outright told him he was coming for him this season, and Jason and Janet are his flying monkeys. If true, this confirms that Nia and Danny were targeted, and Jason and Janet are Jax minions. Thoughts? Please enjoy my rendition. LOL. Jax as the Wicked Witch. Nia and Danny are in the like crystal ball, and then the flying monkeys are Janet and Jason. I mean, I thought we already knew this before the season even started. The very first thing I ever saw that was negative about Danny and Nia, and I remember this so clearly because I've been wanting them to be like the perfect couple. I like really want that to happen. especially since they met at church. But the first thing I saw, it came from Jax 100%. He commented, there was like, I don't know, a big account posted something about Danny and Nia, and then Jax went in the comments and said, like, I heard they fight or something along those lines. Like, don't quote me. But I was like, what is he doing? Why is he coming after Danny and Nia? So none of this surprises me. The part about Janet and Jason going along with it, that part is kind of new, but I'm not that surprised. I'm surprised at Jason, not surprised at Janet. Okay, so I'm gonna play this little clip from Brittany's podcast and I got this from the Bravo investigator. It's sped up, so like don't freak out when you hear this clip.
But this is what it was about. Andy asked him why he didn't leave the house and why he made me and Cruz move out of the house. And Jackson's answer was like, that's not true. He's like, that's not true. She didn't even give me an option. She just packed up her stuff and left. There was never any conversation about it. And that burned me alive because we had so many fights leading up to whenever I left where I had told him either I was leaving or he was leaving. And he said to me verbatim that this is his house and he will never leave. Period. Knowing that meant that me and Cruz had to get out of the house. So for him to say that on Watch What Happens Live, that really upset me. I even texted him afterwards and I was like, I will be clearing this up because how dare you say that? After I had been, I was in like 6 different Airbnbs or something crazy during this time. And I had offered him numerous times that he could switch with me and me and Cruz could move back into our home and Jax could stay in the Airbnbs that I was paying for. And he said no.
So let's just make that very clear. I just wanted to make that clear because
that's not fair for me. And that was a very hard time for me. And I just wanted to make sure that was clear. But
I love Zach's ride or die friendship and him jumping in like, yeah, and then in this and that. I love that. Everyone needs a friend like that. I would do that for my friends. Okay. I mean, are we surprised? No, not really. Did I skip something? Okay, let's go. Justice for Jen Taylor. It's crazy. This one is from Bravo Snarkside. This is a blind item, I think, submitted to Dumas on Tuesday, June 24th. It says the former bar star turned new bar star isn't sober and is a mess. Any guesses on who that could be about? I think this feels like something Jax would send in about himself. Like, do I believe it? Yeah. Do I think Jax sent this in? Probably. Like, he is too much in production mode for himself where he's like trying to set up what's going to happen and it's not working out the way that he planned, and he's just like doubling down instead of backtracking and be like, maybe that wasn't a good approach. Maybe going after Danny and Nia was not a good idea. Maybe being wild on national television and hurting my wife was not a good idea. Yikes. What a mess. What a mess. Okay. Anything else about the Valley before we move on? I don't really want to talk about the Valley. It's annoying. I don't want to be a hater, but like, I do feel like everyone is like, I love Zach's energy in supporting Brittany, but I feel like some of it is a little bit too much. The whole like turning Jax's into Brits, like almost celebrating her. It feels like a little bit too much, but I get it. Like they're doing a show and we all kind of want to see Jax suffer a little bit. So whatever. Let's move on to Next Gen NYC, because I love this show way, way more than the Valley right now. And I blame Alex Baskin for that. I will admit, Alex Baskin has great shows, but then I don't know what it is. Like when things get exciting, it's like he kind of flops. He did it with Vanderpump Rules after Scandal, and now The Valley with Jax. I think it's because he continues to give bad men a platform, and it's really off-putting. It is not for this audience, I don't think. Like maybe, I don't know. How much say does Alex Baskin even have when it comes to the, excuse me, casting decisions, all that stuff? Like, I don't know. We need to find out more about that. But let's talk about Next Gen NYC. They hate me because my daddy is rich. And I'm like, God damn, leave me alone. They want me 6 feet deep in a ditch. Don't hate me because my daddy's rich. Motherfucking jealous bitch. I'm not a baby. I am 29. I need Charlie to do a whole choreographed routine to that song Nepo Baby by Fox Season because it's perfect. And I love this show so much. First, let's talk about Charlie. Nepo baby, I'm not a baby, I am 29. He is obviously a mess. And when it comes to his father, like this is like so textbook, like psychology 101. He is a Nepo baby, and his father is very generous with financial assistance, but he is not there for Charlie emotionally in a caring way. And that, what does that do to Nepo babies? It makes them act out, rebel. They just rely on their daddy's money and do whatever, trade crypto. It's just like, dude, you're 29. You can't be, I mean, like, I understand having a wounded child inside. We all do. But Charlie's 29. I don't know if this is healthy. And he was talking about like, oh, you guys all need therapy, but I don't need therapy anymore. I tried it. I don't like it, so I don't do it. Like, what? He knows. It's very Jax-like. Like, he knows how he's coming off. He even said it in the beginning of the episode. There's like weed everywhere. His place looks like a dump. Like, not thriving. That's for sure. And he's like, oh, talking to the cameraman, like, let me know if it looks like there's too much drugs around or anything. I don't want to come off like I'm some bum. Like, you are. I can't stand. Oh my God. It's clear he wants his father to know that he's craving love. I don't know. What's his dad's love language? He needs to do something about that. But also, I get this sense that Charlie's dad is kind of a dick. And I get that feeling solely based on how he ordered his food at the restaurant and that one scene that they had together. Something about it, I don't know. I was triggered. I was triggered by people in my past who have been like him. And I'm like, oh, he's one of those. So I kind of get it, why Charlie doesn't like him. But also, I don't know. This is tough. I know nothing about father-son dynamics. Nothing at all. I have no clue. But what is Charlie's problem? Like, what does he need to actually get his life together? And he's just they're both annoyed with each other so much. It's very a very bizarre dynamic. And I want to know where Charlie's dad's house is that they were at. Because I think it's like right along the Hudson. And at first I was like, oh, I like that. But then I thought about it more. I'm like, I don't think I like that right on the Hudson. I'd rather be on a lake, I think. Am I talking shit about their really nice house? Yeah, I am, I guess. But that's because I don't like them. Oh, it said Port Washington, said Max. Port Washington. Anyways, I thought it was like really bizarre how Charlie's like, yeah, we're leaving now. And his dad's like, now? It takes an hour and a half to get here. And they were already 45 minutes late. Dude, get it together. This is enough. Also, when I see scenes of Georgia and Charlie with like Dylan and Shia or whatever his name is, like, I get this like Anna Delvey vibe. Is this a New York thing? Like a Gen Z NYC thing? Is everyone like Anna Delvey? It feels bizarre. Like, and they just have that attitude. Also, like, you look broke. Like, they just don't care. Very stuck up. Also, Charlie, the 30-year-old man, is he Gen Z? Do we call him Gen Z? I don't know. But what a baby. His white fragility was just, I mean, you could feel it. The way that anytime Riley would bring up, like, listen, as a Black woman, he'd be like, no, we're not talking about this. We're not talking about this. Like, yo, calm down. He went as far as not even riding back in the van with them. And Brooks called him on speaker and was like, why aren't you riding with us? And Charlie immediately is like, well, you saw the whole thing with Riley. And he's like, you're on speakerphone, by the way. Oh, that's from the book of Mean Girls. I love it. But yeah, he couldn't even ride. Like, he rode by himself. Yikes. They also had Ava and Brooks invited their dads to this golfing event. And I actually really liked this golfing event. For one, it started like downpour raining towards the end. So there's a scene of them like trying to escape the rain. And Damon Dash is so funny. He's like, ah. And also, I love how we got to see a little bit more of Brooks and Seth's relationship, because I think you learn a lot about people when they're in like distressing situations, right? And Brooks is trying to drive the car. He's like, where's my phone? And he like thought his phone fell out. And Seth was trying to help him. He's like, I don't know. Brooks is like, well, can you find it? You know my location. And Seth's like, I don't know how to do that. Brooks is so annoyed. But then the phone was literally like right there on the golf cart. He's like, oh, it's right here. I love the Marks family. Max just said, we see Seth more on this show than Salt Lake City. I agree. It's too much. He has a lot of camera time. That's for sure. What else happened? Georgia. I'm sorry. I just cannot get on board with Georgia. There hasn't been one thing about her that I'm like, oh, she's kind of cool. I think I like her. No, nothing. Like every week it gets worse and worse. This week she's at her boyfriend. She introduces her boyfriend as this like, he's not finance, even though he's wearing like a full suit with a tie. She's like, he's in crypto, which is like, it's anarchist and blah. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. She just like irks me. The whole using a fork to comb your hair. Like, this is not Little Mermaid. And then the not washing of the hands and doubling down on it and saying my body, my choice was just, no. No. Not in 2025. Max said, Georgia, the Gen Z who won't wash her hands. She's giving them a bad reputation because we also see her. Remember, she's like this big, fancy, super creative party planner, and she's whiteboarding, which was like, there's like 3 things on there. It was like money, sex, sexy and cool, and people or something like that. I'm like, okay. And then she's like, yeah, so, the trendy thing is like doing nerdy type of things. And, I was thinking about bowling, and that's like becoming a thing. I was like, dude, Gen Z is just discovering bowling. Like, really groundbreaking. Like, what? Oh my gosh, Georgia. I want to know who pays her. Also, we have Chloe Marks' birthday, which means we got DJ Meredith Marks, and I love every scene with Meredith in them. She's a legend. Her and Luann have been bouncing around in the city. I love it. Headlining DJ and cabaret star. Hanging out. Love it, love it, love it. If you're on YouTube and can see the visuals, Meredith is like, she gives a head nod at one point and has her glass in the air. She's just so cool. Her and Luann have that same cool factor, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Also, Ariana, I did not know that she was like this. Like, and when I say like this, I mean in the best way. She stood down on business. I don't think you understand. I'm standing on business. This was so weird. I don't know if like Ava decided to do this for the cameras to like, I don't know, on purpose to get a rise out of Ariana or to have like a storyline, but she obviously threw some shade at Ariana saying like, I don't know, she just doesn't give like fashion designer vibes. I don't look at her and think fashion. And Amira, thank God, was there and was like, that reminds me of when I was in high school and people used to say mean things. And in her confessional, she's like, it's not very classy to be talking bad about someone that you just met. Like, no shit. Why is she doing that? I freaking love Ariana. Don't talk shit about Ariana. She's paying her parents' bills. She's got a lot on her plate. This isn't my plate, you bitch. But I love her because she kind of has a little crash out in the bathroom when she hears, I think Brooks was the one who told her and was like, oh, Ava said, like, basically threw some shade. And Ariana's like, what? I'm sorry. I don't have, like, a trust fund and I got to pay my parents' bills. And she's going off in the bathroom. She comes back and they're like sitting right next to each other. And she's just like, And so Ava's like, are you okay? And this is why I know I love Ariana. She goes, are you okay? Oh my God, Ariana. I love her. It's so weird. Like, I do not love her mother at all. Like, I don't hate her mother, but like, I don't think her mother is a great person. And it just makes me so sad that she's an adult now, but she is Kim's daughter. And to see her turn out the way she has with a mother like that, I freaking love Ariana. Like, I could not root harder for anyone else, but I don't want her hard work to go straight to Kim. I'm not feeling that. Like I said, she said it in this episode. She's paying her parents' bills. Don't mess with her. You'll have to answer to me. Max said Brooks is stirring the pot. Yeah, he knows how this goes down. Not paid by anyone said, I think this talking shit about Ariana stems from jealousy because Charlie, because Charlie said he is crushing on Ariana. Oh, 1,000,000% this is jealousy. And like also, okay, so this is nepotism for Ariana Bierman, which is fine. Like, I'm okay with it for her. Like, I think she's earned it. She's hustling, right? But like, in this situation, we still call it nepotism, even though like her mother is benefiting from it, right? This is like mess. Or is this like some kind of, I don't want to say, I'm going to just stop talking about what I was going to say. Max said that FaceTime with Kim at Ariana's new apartment. Yeah, it was really sweet. She's like, oh my gosh, you're like doing big things and you're like a big girl. And that was sweet. But like, is she happy because she knows she's going to get something out of this? I don't like it. I'm just going to keep rooting for Ariana. What else? Just Kelly is here. Not paid by anyone said, thank you for interviewing Imral. Do we love Imral or what? I love him. Okay. We're still on Next Gen NYC. And I have this clip that I got from, I don't know where I got it from, but it's Andy Cohen on Radio Andy. If you recall, I don't know if it was Tuesday, it must have been last week. There was a rumor going around that Gia had been fired from Next Gen NYC. And before that, there were rumors that, that her degree from Rutgers was being investigated. And they were saying like she used like a service to write some of her papers or something. I don't know. That whole thing was weird, but I thought this clip was going to be about that, but it's not. And let me play this for you.
Not an executive producer of Next Gen NYC. This is the first I am hearing of any discord surrounding Gia. And I certainly only have positive feelings for Gia and her mom, Teresa, the OG of NJ.
So there has not been any, quote, inappropriate behavior with co-stars from Gia?
Nothing that I've ever heard of. Okay. No. This
just
is
that one girl who doesn't wash her hands.
All news to me. And by the way, I love Next Gen NYC. Do not sleep on this show. You do? I'm really into it.
Yeah.
To Andy. That's from Radio Andy Insta. Okay, remove. So I don't even know what that rumor was, but it's cleared up now. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Max said Hudson has money. Yes. Hudson has money. That's Ariana's boyfriend, who I love. I love them as a couple. I love Hudson. I didn't think I was going to like him, but I do really like him. Max said Teresa is most likely blaming Melissa for this G rumor. Just Kelly said it's Caroline's fault. Wait, what? Caroline Manzo? Oh gosh, I don't even want to talk about Jersey. So let's move on. Wait, did I read? I didn't even read the episode description for Next Gen NYC, did I? I only sang that song. Okay, so I'll read it real quick before we move on to Miami. That was season 1, episode 4, Apology Not Included. Charlie's apology tour goes sideways when he casually hints he's into someone in the friend group. Was he being serious about that? Ariana and Hudson land their dream apartment on a museum outing with his parents. Brooks' dad diagnoses him as mom dependent. At Chloe's birthday bash, Ava throws shade at Ariana's fashion sense, sparking a feud. Love this show. Okay, next we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Miami, season 7, episode 3, worst wedding ever. Marisol's legal wedding and a surprise wedding party thrown by Alexia. The episode also includes Lisa visiting her father in Canada. Larsa recounting unsettling events from Milan and a fight between Guerdy and Julia at Marisol's celebration. Excuse me. So the Bravo TV website didn't have the latest episode up yet. And so I had to Google the episode description, and that was the AI version that they gave me. I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. Oh my God. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Wait, it went away. Okay. I'm here. So let's talk about this episode then. The way last night ended was so wild and amazing. I freaking love Kiki Barth. I've been saying this for years. Since her first season, I was like, okay, I get it. She was new. She was a friend of, but she has proven that she should be a full-time housewife. I freaking love her. We finally got a solo scene too that last night where she was with her mother talking about Kiki's father, which, by the way, I don't agree with her mother where she was like, that's your father. You have to respect him. Like, I'm all about like, if parents aren't together, they shouldn't like keep their children away from the other parent because of their beef. Like, I don't feel like, I feel like as a parent, you should do whatever you can to give your child both parents in their lives. Obviously there's different circumstances for everyone. And I guess Kiki's father is still in Haiti. Kiki said last night that she brought her mom over from Haiti and takes care of everything for her. She pays for everything for her, and her mom helps out with the kids, and they live together, and it's great. And she said to her mom that she wanted to bring her dad over, and that's when her mom was like, well, actually, Kiki was hesitant. She's like, he kicked me out because when she started modeling, she's showing her body, and in their culture, that was not accepted. So he kicked her to the curb, literally, when she was only like 15 years old or something. So, yeah, I get it. Kiki's having a little bit of hesitation. Who wouldn't? But it was kind of weird that her mom's like, no, you have to respect him anyways. Like, I don't know. Family dynamics are complicated. But I just want to say, I freaking love Kiki. Kiki Barth. I want her on Love Hotel. Max said, Kiki, the scene stealer. Great to see her mom and daughter. No, really, I loved it. Just Kelly said, love Kiki. The other housewives' friends should be taking notes. Marisol and Adriana are friends also, which is so weird because they're like main characters. I know Larsa's putting it out there that Jody's eyes were really huge at the event in Milan, and he was really mad and angry. And like, I don't know, obviously, what happened. And maybe I shouldn't do this, but I'm basing my feelings on my one-on-one interaction I had with Jody at BravoCon 2023. And yeah, maybe that's not like, I shouldn't take that as how he is all the time, but like anyone who gives that kind of energy, I just cannot see what Larsa was trying to paint out. And like, I can't see Jody doing that. So I'm going to stick up for Jody for now, because I don't think Jody has done anything wrong so far. Not paid by anyone. Said he looked totally normal. Max said Larsa is too much. She brought her Marcus 2.0 to Watch What Happens Live. Ooh, not Marcus 2.0. This guy seems head over heels for Larsa too. But yeah, don't mess with Jody. I want to stick up for him. Okay, so Marisol, she should have known when she woke up with a sty in her eye, but she has her, like, was it a wedding party? What was that? I don't know. It was like a party to celebrate her wedding. I'm actually really confused. Like, how many times has Marisol gotten married? Didn't she get married twice already to the same guy? And this is the first time it was legal? I'm confused. Anyways, she should have known by the sty in her eye. That was probably Mama Elsa trying to warn her, like, don't go to this party. So she shows up with an eye patch, very Heather Gay style. And Julia seemed kind of drunk. Like, I was confused how they were all sitting at the table. And then when Marisol's man, Steve or whatever, he comes in, Julia jumps up and is like hugging him and like all up on him. Then Marisol and him greet each other and they're like kissing. Obviously, it's their wedding or whatever. And Julia is like this close to her faces. She's like, I love watching you two kiss. Oh my God. I was like, oh my gosh, I would not feel comfortable with someone that close to my face while I'm trying to kiss my husband. Max said that party location was gorgeous and very rich. Alexia really needs to go to therapy, I think. Like the way she talks about Todd, the way she picked this restaurant where she first met Todd, she called it. She said, I'm like a masochist. Yeah, girl, you need therapy. I don't know what that trauma is, but it's not good. It's not good for her. Not paid by anyone, said Julia officially joined the Jackhole Club. Yeah. So after she has this weird encounter with Marisol and Marisol's man, they start getting into this situation with Guerdy and Julia. And we saw, so first, Julia seemed to be mad at Guerdy because of the announcement about her adoption with her sons. Guerdy showed receipts, and I actually was shocked. Like, it's interesting to see their social media behavior, especially like while we're watching this show, because now after seeing last night, I'm like, of course Guerdy's going to post all those receipts because Julia was trying to make this conflict happen over something that seemed very minimal. But then we get this whole other aspect of this conflict between them where Julia and Martina were supposed to go on a cruise. Martina had some health issues, so she couldn't go. So Julia called Guerdy crying, asking her to go with her in Martina's place. So Guerdy did. And I guess on this cruise, Guerdy was getting like all of the massages and all the perks that Martina was supposed to get. And the last like dinner or whatever, she couldn't get in because they took away Martina's spot because Martina wasn't there. So Guerdy had to like go somewhere else. That caused a huge problem because Guerdy was not happy about it. And Julia felt like you're being like ungrateful or whatever. And so that caused more of the conflict in between them. And I don't know what went down. I don't know if it's worth this level of argument, but it gets so heated to the point where Julia throws water on Guerdy, and I could not be more shocked in that moment. I was like, are you kidding me? And that's when I was like, Julia is out of her mind. But then, I think after she threw the water, they mentioned that the whole dinner that they were fighting over was because of Captain Sandy. What? Captain Sandy? Why? Why would anyone want to go to dinner with Captain Sandy? I could not believe it. Then I'm like, now I'm questioning all of their judgment. Why would Guerdy even want to go? I guess they were hanging out like the night before. So she's like, why shouldn't I go to Captain Sandy's dinner when we were just hanging out the night before? And I was like, first of all, why are you hanging out with Captain Sandy? Oh, fuck. Wow. Captain Sandy is always doing the most on Bravo. She's leaked into Miami now. Remember, she was on Winter House? I think that's why it got canceled. I blame Sandy. Okay, what are you guys saying? Not paid by anyone said Todd is Alexia's sugar daddy. But is he a sugar daddy if he doesn't own anything? Just kidding. I guess he could be. Max said, poor Kiki tried to stop that feud. Yeah, she really did. I was shocked that Guerdy did not get up and leave. I would have left. Kiki's like, we should go. And Guerdy's like, no. So that was the first time I realized how much pride Guerdy has. Very interesting. Not paid by anyone said this was Julia doing Larsa's dirty work. Oh. Can you explain that a little bit more? I don't understand. Why would Julia be doing Larsa's dirty work towards Guerdy? Do Guerdy and Larsa have beef? I don't recall. Max said that was embarrassing for Marisol and Steve, the worst wedding party. Yeah, also, like, were there other people there that were not part of their party? Because they showed while they're yelling and fighting, other people were staring at them, and I didn't know if they were, like, part of their party or not. So bad. Not paid by anyone said, oh, they had the biggest beef last season. Larsa can hold a grudge. Yeah, I actually stopped watching last season. I don't know why. I don't remember why, but I think I was like not that interested. I may have to go back. Wow. That is an interesting theory that Julia would go as far as throwing a drink on Guerdy for her friendship with Larsa? I would never do that for anyone. I don't care. I'd be like, if you want me to be your friend and I have to throw a drink on someone, then it's a no. I mean, I'm sure Larsa wasn't like, you have to throw a drink, but we don't know. Larsa could maybe have done that. Okay, what else? Okay, this is the part I've been waiting for. Kiki and Larsa were on Watch What Happens Live last night, and I was like half paying attention. I wasn't really like that into it that much, but I was still watching it kind of in the background. Whoops, hold on. Sorry, I gotta let TikTok continue. Okay, so on Watch What Happens Live, Andy plays a game with Kiki, and I think it was called like Make a Splash. And Kiki is supposed to, well, Andy gives a name of someone on the cast, and Kiki's supposed to ask them to tell the truth about something. And they go through everybody, right? Then they get to Julia, and Kiki's like, Julia, we need to know, is it true? Do you still like big black tea? And you could tell she was a little bit hesitant, but she followed through. Look at her face here. I couldn't believe this. Andy's face, he was fumbling. He didn't know what to do. I can't believe this. I hope this is a storyline. Like for the rest of the season. I hope it comes back next season when they film. I hope this is on the reunion. I hope we talk about it at BravoCon 2025. I think this is the funniest thing. I was not expecting that. I don't think anyone was expecting that. Max said Kiki and her shade. Oh my God. She is so funny. I love her so much. Oh, Kiki, we need you full time. Right? Who wants Kiki full time? Let me know in the comments. I'm trying to get my notes up, but like the window won't come up. What is going on? Hello, technology. Okay, before we go, let's talk about what we have coming up on deck Today's Thursday, so we don't have any new Bravo shows until Sunday. But on Sunday, we have outside of Bravo, we have Love Island tonight. Like I said, we have 5 episodes until we live stream on Tuesday again next week. So stay up to date. But also we have Atlanta. The season finale is on Sunday. Charles Oakley is activated, and I'm here for it. I can't wait. We also have Below Deck. We had our first boatman's hookup, so I'm ready for them to start spilling out now. Don't hold back, Below Deck. The cat's out. Let's let them all out. Okay, and then also we have the premiere of the McBee Dynasty. I need to know, Galena, is she still there? I don't know. Okay, that's it for today. That's a wrap on today's Bravo and Blaze, where we break down Bravo, stay unbothered, and blazed. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone tuning in, whether you're live in the chat or catching the replay. I see you. Don't forget, subscribe on YouTube at Jenny Blaze. Listen and leave a review on Apple or Spotify, or both, if you like. Join our Patreon for exclusive content at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. Shop our merch and signature lighters at bravoandblaze.com. What else? And follow everywhere on social media at Bravo and Blaze for daily chaos commentary and Bravo breakdowns. Oh, not paid by anyone just said, oh, Steve McBee is going to prison. She gets arrested on camera. Who, Galena? Are we talking about Galena? No way. All right. Also, don't forget, if you want to try Ryze, you can get 15% off using code JennyBlaze15 at RyzeSuperfoods.com. I will see you all next time. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to check out my interview with Imrol Hassan from Summer House and Wale Alesh from Bravo's Love Hotel. Those are out now on YouTube and everywhere you get your podcasts. I will check you all later. Stay lit.